everyone, my name is Shambhavi. Hope you all are doing well. So guys, I'm here back with a new video for you all where we'll be learning about the lead code questions, that how to solve them, what is the method for solving them, right, how we can exactly solve them out, right, what's the best method for getting all your use cases also solved out. We'll be seeing all these things into this particular video today. So without wasting time, let's get started up here very quickly. So our very first question, okay, before that I'll just say that these questions I have took from the lead code platforms, okay. So either you can just write the answer directly onto the lead code platforms, or you can use any of the IDEs first of all to write the answers about these questions, the program for these questions. Then you can just either further work over the lead code. That's completely your own choice, okay. So let's start on. So we are having up an array of intervals where intervals of I is equal to start I, end of I, okay. Merge all overlapping intervals, okay, and return an array of the non-overlapping interval that cover all the intervals in the output. So what we have to do into this complete program, guys, we just have to merge all the overlapping intervals which we are having, and as a result you have to return the arrays which are not overlapping, okay. So as in the terms we're having intervals are 1, 3, 2, 6, 8, 10, 15, 18, okay. So output is going to be 1, 6, 8, 10, 15 and 18. Yeah, perfectly. So here the example goes in such a manner that the intervals 1, 3 and 2, 6 might overlap because 1 and 2 in that case, right? So you just simply try to merge them into 1, 6. So between that 3, 2 also it will be completed and merged into 1, 6 only. So that 3, 2 comes between 1 to 6. Okay, fine. So let's get started up here, guys, very quickly about writing this whole program. So I will just very quickly make a class solution class. So if you're going to use in the IDE onto your lead code only, if you're going to write the program directly onto the lead code, so there you don't have to make this function and the class automatically there. Your class and the functions are being made out, okay. So def, it's kind of merge function I'm going to make, and I'm going to pass up over here as self. So just a self like this, comma, we have intervals, okay, colon, and I have this list made up over here, list bracket, list, in the bracket again I have this integers, okay. So this is a some complete thing, and then I have this list, again I have this list, okay, and again I have this integer. So yeah, this is first of all what I defined how my input looks like and how my output will look like, consisting of all the different kind of the values which I have into it. Okay, moving further, I am going to work with the intervals is equal to, and I will be first of all sorting them. So I'm going to use a sorted function, and in the bracket I'm going to use the intervals function. Okay, next we are having rest as a variable, and into that I am going to set up this intervals, and in the bracket I'm going to start with the 0th index for this intervals. Okay, so starting on with the loop, so for start comma end in, I would just write in intervals bracket 1 colon. I'm going to start with this respective thing where you have the start and the ending, and in the intervals also. So you are having last end value is equal to rest value for the rest, in the bracket -1, and over here as well 1. Fine. So next goes my condition. I'll be applying up my condition. So in case my last end value is greater than equal to start. So in case my last end value is greater than equal to my start value, if this is my condition, so then what I have to do, I just have to merge those, right? Whatever the last values I'm having and whatever the maximum value I am having in both of those intervals, I just have to merge up those values over here to get the result, right? So I would just first of all try to find in the maximum value. So starting from -1 to 1, I'm going to set that is equal to max. Okay, max like this, and bracket I have this last end. Okay, just just a second over here, I'll just write max in the bracket last end comma, and that's gonna be the end like this. And next I'm gonna use in my else condition. So that else condition I'm just gonna do rest dot append. Okay, rest dot append, and in the bracket I would just work with the start comma end, and that is it. I will just come out of my for loop, and in the case I am going to return up this res as the final result, right? So yeah, listen to me out everyone. This is how you just simply wrote a program where we had this particular array of the intervals, where the intervals were starting from I and going from start I till the end of I. You are merging all the overlapping intervals and returning up an array for of the non-overlapping intervals that will help you to cover all the intervals into the input. Fine. So just my whole program was this particular short kind of a program where we just have a solution class, a merge function. We made the intervals, we started with the loop, put the conditions, and that is it about the same. Okay. That is how you can solve this program in a very faster manner, in a very small code also. So if you're going to write this complete program onto your LeetCode IDs, you can check the program and submit it also for the submission process. Okay, moving with the next question. My next question says that you are having a set of 1 to 3 up till n, and that contains a total of n percentile unique permutations. Okay, so by listing and labeling all the permutations in order, we get the following sequence for n is equal to 3. Okay, so 1 to 3 you have this sequence, fine. N and k return the kth permutation sequence, kind of like if n value is 3, k is 3, output is 2, 1, 3. Okay, if n is 4, k is 9, 2, 3, 1, 4. Okay, fine. Kn3, k1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect, right? So here guys, what do you have exactly? Exactly, you just simply have the sequence for n is equal to 3. This is how the sequence is completely made in. In the similar manner, we have the different n and the k values. We just have to get the output from that particular case. This is our complete program, right? So let's start with the program solution. So I just have my class over here, and that for class, I'm just putting the solution as my class name. Put in the colon, I have this function which is def, and that is get permutation. In the bracket, I'm going to pass the self, I'm going to pass n colon int, I'm going to put k colon int. Okay, and I am just simply going to assign that to str. Okay, next I will take a variable factor, and I will just first of all do the factorial of that, because you are able to see the factorial of the values only you are getting, right? Factorial, I'm going to do n minus 1, and then I would just take a value for the k, for as in over here. Then we even have to take ans as a variable to store our outputs. So this k we took because we know that the index is, if we start from the 1 in the question, but our list starts with the first value over here, right, with the f. So that's all which we have done, and after this I'll make a variable which is that how many numbers are left for the same. So numbers left is equal to, I will just make up a list for the same, put it into a range, and I just do 1 comma n plus 1, n plus 1. Okay, and that is it. So I'll start on with my for loop. So for m in the range, I would just go n minus 1 comma 0, comma, it started with the n minus 1, okay, 0, and will go up till minus 1. Fine. So I'm going to set out the index for these values as of here. So what's the thing that I'm going to do? I'm going to set the index. So it is going to be int. Okay. So k double slash. I'm just going to put the factor. Fine. Next is I'm just going to do ans plus equal to. I'm just going to put that str in the bracket. I'm just going to store that numbers underscore left. I'm just first of all going to work with the left numbers. Okay, and inside that I'll be putting index so that it will start on with the very starting position of my index, right? So after this I am again going to write that numbers. Okay, so I would be working with numbers underscore left. Okay, dot, I'm going to pop up the values from there. Okay, means take out, and I'm just going to put the index values for the same. So I am going to take the k% is equal to the factor. So I'm just trying to get the remainder over here, that what in terms of remainder, what are we getting up the value. And afterwards, I would be using my factor variable, okay, is equal to m. So this will help me with the value for the questions, right? And coming out of this for loop, I would just simply take ans as a variable. I'm going to do plus equal to str of my numbers underscore left. Okay, I'm just going to set that to the 0. And I would just simply return this dot. I would work on with my join function to join the final result, join ANS. And that is it, what you had it to do into this complete solution. So you just have to get in the permutations, you just have to first find the factorials. Okay, you needed to find out the value for the k so that it will, like, the index will start from 1 in the question. Okay, then we just simply made a variable which is number left, that will helping us to make up a list of all the numbers which are from the range 1 comma n plus 1, means my complete list, right? Going ahead, I had this for loop m in the range n minus 1. I started with n minus 1 0 until go to minus 1. So I worked with the index, right? We added the values into the str format. We popped up the values, then we found the remainders over here. And at the end, we just simply try to make the str of whatever the numbers were left. And at the end, we just simply worked on with the join. And just we joined up the final result. And that is it about the whole program, about this particular question, right? So I hope guys you all are pretty clear on how you can just solve this particular question, what's the method for solving this out into the best way. Now if you're going to use this code onto your LeetCode IDs, I am pretty sure these codes will be passed out with a good test case, and all the test cases might satisfy this out. Just give it a try once. And yeah, this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care everyone.